Okay, so welcome back everybody to another episode of How to Mesh with Sapphire and stuff. But this one's going to be about UV mapping sort of thing going on here, and I hope you can sort of all hear me to an extent. Anyway, so what we're going to do here is we're going to, obviously you would have deleted the head and regrouped everything, and make sure you call everything group_0 and regroup it all. Now we're going to file, export this as a wavefront object, and we're going to export it as UVSRB because we're going to save that. Then we're going to Blender. Now we're going to, don't worry about what I've done here. Now when you start up Blender, you're going to get a cube like this, and what you're going to want to do is press H to delete that cube, go over to the right hand side and select cube, and then right click and then click delete, and then we're going to file, import wavefront object, and our UV, oh no, what have I done? We're going to import our saved mesh. Now over on the right hand side where you see world, camera, lamp and group and 0, you're going to see next to it a little plus symbol, like right here, like a tiny one. Now don't click on that. Now if you go to the right hand side a little bit more of your box, there should be like this cut in V sort of thing going on here, and when your mouse hovers over it, it's going to be a plus sign. Now you want to click on that and drag directly to the left. That should give you 2 boxes. Now on this one, on the left hand side, it's going to remain the same like that. And you're going to go all the way to the right hand side where it says group 0, double click on that, and then you're going to go to the left hand side, to your left hand box, and where it says object mode, click there and click edit mode. Then you're going to want to scroll down to the left hand side here, and where it says UV mapping, you want to clear seam, and then you want to mark the seam. Now to the right hand side, this box, there's going to be view, select and mesh. Now to the left hand side of all of those, you're going to click here on this little box and scroll to UV image editor. Click on that and voila! You should have a simple UV. Now we're going to go to UVs and we're going to export, and we're going to go to our desktop and we're going to export it as a PNG, and we're going to call it UVSRB2, and we're going to export UV layout like so, and just ignore that. Now we're going to create a new one of this, and we're going to go to clothing. Again, open this, go to horse, once this is Resource Workshop decides I want to work, we're going to scroll down and we're going to find our bridle. Now we're going to call it the simple racing bridle, and then down here just SRB. Make sure that AH is there. We're going to click next, click OK, and while that's all loading, we're going to go back to milkshape, go to our bridle, and we're going to click this doohickey here, and we're going to go to file, export. Now if you have the plugins, it should come up as This is Resource Workshop object. Click on that and save it as non-jointed SRB. Make sure you save it as the WSO and save. Then we're going to go to Mesh Toolkit. Now this is where it gets a little bit complex. We're going to go to high level of detail. We're going to go to the mesh bar here, go to high level of detail, and you're going to want to go to the little box and export, and do that as a reference joints. We're going to save that, export completed. And then we're going to go to Mesh Toolkit. We're going to select our non-jointed SRB. And we're going to go here. And we're going to select our reference joints. Make sure when you open up Mesh Toolkit that you click on Auto Tools for WSO. That's all you need. And you need to, where it says WSO Modify Mesh, that's going to be your mesh. That should be there. And then reference mesh should be the mesh you exported from the Sims resource objects. Then make sure replace all bonus assignments is selected and do the do interpolation. Click on that. Do assignments and save. Now we're going to call it jointed SRB2. And we're going to click the little green thing on, make sure it's on high level of detail. And we're going to go into our jointed SRB2. And we're going to open that. Just click yes to that. And voila. There is one racing bridle and the bit doesn't work. But don't worry, we should be able to sort that out. Right, then we go to Geom Vertex Editor. Now to open this, you go to Mesh on the high level of detail. Go to Mesh here where it says Group 0 and then go to where all the numbers say 2,234 vertices and 7,746 faces. There should be, like, you click on there, it should come up with 3 little dots. Now under Tag Value, you want to go to there, highlight it and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now you want to do 8 Fs, right click, copy to all, and done. And then you go to medium level of detail, you import, again, the same mesh that you've just jointed in Mesh Toolkit. And then you go to here, click there, go to Mesh, and then you click on 3 little dots, go to Geom Vertex Editor, open, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Make sure they're all capitals and make sure there's 8 Fs. And make sure you do it under Tag Value. Again, Mesh, 3 little dots, go here, open, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That should be all jointed for you. And I forgot to import the jointed SRB. Okay, let's do this again. So we're going to go there, we're going to go Geom Vertex Editor, Tag Value, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right click, copy to all, and done. Now we're going to go to our high level of detail and we're going to head over to here. We're going to head over to textures and this is where it gets a tad bit annoying and confusing. So now you've exported your UVs, you're going to open, I don't know what's going on my Photoshop, just to let you all know. We're going to open where you saved your UVs. And it should be this one. Where did I save my UV now and what on earth did I call it? That doesn't look like it. Sorry guys. Okay, UVs, export UV layout. It's in my documents. I hate myself sometimes. I really do. Right, back to Adobe. Find where we saved our UVs, which I've done in documents because I'm that clever. And then we're going to select the outside and we're going to select inverse. Make sure you're using the select tool. You can do this in Photoshop or GIMP or whatever you use. But make sure the background is clear. My one's slightly off yellow for some reason. And you're going to want to just make a big bubble, make sure the paintbrush is big, make sure it's grey, and we're just going to go over this lot here. I mean, if you want to be like extra careful, just do what I do sometimes and create like this little box that goes around like this, just so I can go la 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 la, just to make sure that, you know, my UVs are going to work. And overwrite it, make sure you have saved it as a PNG. Then we're going to go to multiplier, we're going to edit the multiplier, we're going to import, change that to, it will come up as direct draw service, but change it to bitmap image, go to where you saved your UV, which I've saved it in documents because I'm stupid, instead of desktop to make it easier for me and you. And while that's importing, I'm going to click done, and voila, you have a simply done that. So that should look like that. Now this is the tricky part. Where I've coloured all this in, because we need to make sure that we individually sort this out. Now the mask is what changes colour. So this is all about UV mapping advanced, shall I say. Now yellow is what is silver on the mesh, and red is just what is like brown and normal. So what we're going to need to do here is I'm going to just do that, and then we're going to zoom in, and these are my bridle parts here and the buckles. So if you don't really want to chance it and individually colour all of them in, do what I'm about to do. Export this, go over here, export it as a PN, go to export it as a PNG and just save it there. So you want to go to mask, edit, export and save it as a PNG. Then you want to go to your files, open on Photoshop. You want to scroll all the way down, click on where you've just saved that, and you basically want to highlight a big box, a selected box around that, Control C, and you want to Control V, but you want to bring this layer on top so you can see where the buckles are. Now we're going to make a little box around where the bit marks should be, and we're going to get that yellow colour there, and we're just going to go over it like that. Should be simply enough done. Then all the other pieces we're just going to like rub out, because now we don't need them. So that should all be done and clear. So we're going to save that, and we're going to overwrite, and make sure you save it as a PNG. We're going to overwrite our other one. Oh, well, it won't let me because it's in use. Save as, and make sure you save it as a PNG, and we're just going to call it UV color. Then we're going to go back to here and we're going to import UV color. When the Sims Resource Workshop decides to actually do something, instead of sat here waiting it to work. Done. And as you see, where it has all gone, the bit has selectively done what I wanted it to do. Now you're going to want to go all the way down, and pattern B, you want to go to here, color, and you want to change that to say a lighter color, so you can see that. And then pattern A, you want to edit, and we're going to change that to black so we can see that, see what's changed really well on here. And that, my friends, is how you do that. Now, the other key thing is, remember, there are 3 other parts here. So these little bridles are there. So we don't want those, so we're going to delete that channel. We're going to go to this, and we're going to delete that channel. And we're going to go to our meshes, medium level of detail, and low level of detail. Just check that that's all working for them. And we're going to go to project, and you see where it says extras and where it says file name. Nope, not file name. Where is it?
Oh shit.
Edit. You want to go to project contents, and if you want to export it as a package, you go project contents, you export to package, but we're not going to export it as a package. We're going to preferences. No, we're not going to preferences. We're going to edit project info. Where is it? Is it under? Yeah. Edit project contents. Now, package description. We're going to edit. And you should right click to edit it.
Yeah.
And it should say there. Yep, RB. I mean, if you're good with hex editing, you can edit it via the hex, but I'm not good at hex editing at all, and my flatmate is, and I'm not going to ask him to sit here and edit a description for me. Anyway, so I'm going to export that. Wow. Cancel. We're going to go to project contents again. Going to export to package. We're going to call it simple racing. Simple racing bridle, and I'm gonna save this in my pre-mods folder in my packages, and I'm just gonna save it in there, and then we're gonna go all the way over and minimize.
So what am I doing?
Minimize all of this. And I will be doing a cleanup of my desktop, do not worry people. So we're gonna sit here and we're gonna edit everything and get everything done, and yeah. So currently I'm going to test this out, and I will be doing some screenshots, and that is all you need to do. Is meshing from A to B on how to mesh, UV map, joint, and do all of that. And Sims 3 has stopped working, and Sims 3 is not being nice, and I have no idea. But yeah, that is all you need to know. Thank you again for watching, and I hope everyone has enjoyed, and any questions and comments, let me know. Bye.